Today, the moon continues in Sagittarius. The moon will be in Sagittarius all day Saturday and Sunday as we head into Monday's full moon in Capricorn. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro vibe for Saturday, June 27th and Sunday, June 28th. I will be releasing my podcast episode on Sunday. So instead of doing a weekend broadcast here, watch for that podcast episode because as I move through each episode, I'm explaining more and more about what is happening in the bigger picture energies that we are moving through. So I think you will enjoy that. And speaking of Sagittarius and telling stories, it's a good one. It's a good story, and we are the main characters in this story. So enjoy that podcast. It's called Astrology Heals. Episode 4 comes out on Sunday, so watch for that. And episode 4, in fact, talks about the very potent energies of the June 29th Capricorn full moon. Same day involves Mercury stationing retrograde in a conjunction with Jupiter in the final minutes, not just degree, but minutes of Cancer. A sign of caring and feelings and needs. Mars changes signs on Sunday, June 28th, to go into Gemini, where it will join Uranus later in the week. So much going on, so much shifting and changing and coming to a reckoning point, so much that is surfacing for us to be able to see things at deeper levels and really get ready to shift gears here as two planets change signs. So yesterday, I actually did a screen share of, it was the chart for yesterday, but it shows you in the sort of the bigger picture, these alignments that we have going on with the outer planets. So if you missed that, definitely watch that for some context and why there's so much going on. And you could see it visually in the chart that I shared. So thanks to those of you who commented on that you enjoyed it. And I hope if you haven't seen it yet, I hope that you will enjoy it. Let me know what you think. So for this weekend, really what we're looking at is this building toward the full moon. We're almost there. The waxing gibbous moon, almost full. It's that pregnant moon, right? Getting ready to reveal its secrets as it is more and more fully illuminated. The full moon will be in Capricorn, bringing something to fruition that was planted at the most recent new moon in Gemini. So that Gemini new moon, and then 2 weeks later, the Capricorn full moon, bringing to fruition the seeds that we planted at the new moon. With the illumination of the full moon, we get to have that experience of seeing something we couldn't see before. So something's being reflected back to us, just like the light of the sun is being reflected from the surface of the moon, which is what we see when we see a full moon, right? We're seeing the light of the sun being reflected back to us. So it's a potent time as we move through the moon phases to see something more clearly, to get that insight or that aha, or if we're paying attention, to notice maybe where we need to shift course or shift gears or do something differently, but also maybe where we need to appreciate ourselves for what we have been working on and the results we are getting. Especially with the Capricorn full moon being about Earth. I mean, Capricorn is an Earth sign, so it is about results. It's about what's tangible and how we see things showing up in the structures and the physical material things of the world around us. So yesterday I shared my screen, showed you the chart, giving you this sense of how much is changing in the energy we've got on Monday. Mercury stationing retrograde And then it will be retrograde until late July in Cancer. And Mercury, the planet of communication and thinking, asking us to review and reflect and reconsider and redo things that we've already thought through. Maybe you think about it again, right? That's Mercury retrograde. And with this weekend's Sagittarius full moon, it's the energy of telling stories. And so it's a perfect time to take a step back, get some perspective, have that experience of sitting on the mountain for, in the metaphorical sense, maybe literal, but get on your mountain, right? Get yourself away or above or outside of your everyday worries and concerns and things that are pulling on your attention, because when you get yourself to that place of being able to reflect and see the bigger picture and see things from that outside perspective, it informs you, right? It helps you to see things and connect the dots and see things more clearly in ways that were always there, but maybe you couldn't see them because you were distracted. So that's the energy we've got this weekend, this Sagittarius moon vibe. And we have two planets getting ready to change signs. In fact, on Sunday, June 28th, Mars changes signs from Taurus to Gemini around 12:30 p.m. Pacific. So before it does that, it's at 29 degrees Taurus, and Jupiter is at 29 degrees Cancer. These are very potent degrees because they're the final degree of the sign. They're called the anaretic degree, or 29 degrees of any sign is the anaretic degree. So it's the point when a planet is completing its time in a sign. And with that completion, now think about you're getting ready to go out the door, right? You're going to go, I don't know, go have fun or go shopping or go to work or something. You're getting ready to go out the door, and you got your coat on, your shoes on, everything's ready to go. You're ready to go out the door, and you have that moment of going, oh, wait, what did I not think about? Or what did I forget? Or what did I do that I meant to not do, right? So that is the 29-degree point. It's the, uh-oh, I'm about to leave. Do I have my keys? Did I turn off the stove, right? So all of that is what is kind of the energy of 29 degrees of a sign. And with Mars at the end of Taurus, it's like, this is the methodical way that we move through things, very practical. So Mars is action, its will, its drive, and its style in Taurus is to move slowly, to be careful, cautious, thorough, slow. Let's do what we know. Let's not go down no trying of roads that we have not traveled before, right? Let's do what we know. So that is Mars in Taurus. And now think about Mars in Taurus being at 29 degrees, that final sign. It's like, with the slowness, it's like saying, what have you not done yet? What is incomplete? What is the thoroughness that you meant to do that you didn't finish? What is in your practical world not finished, not attended to, not focused on the way you hoped to focus on it? And all of that comes up. And some of it, when the planet is in 29 degrees, in this case Mars, some of it we have a chance to address. It's like, oh, I better go grab my keys, right? And with Taurus, of course, it's much slower. So it's like, maybe I should grab my keys. But anyway, some of it we have a chance to resolve. So, okay, let me go back and turn off the stove, check the back door, whatever. And then some of it we don't resolve. So some of it is like that realization that we didn't make the phone call before we have to go out the door. We forgot to do X, Y, and Z, or we did something and we haven't had time to fix it, right? So those kinds of things are going to go with us as we walk through that door. So some of it we resolve in that final minute, that final degree, and some of it we carry with us into the next sign. So into the next phase of things, we bring these unresolved, unfinished business that still needs to be attended to, only we're going to do it differently once Mars is in Gemini. And so Mars goes into Gemini on Sunday and activates our thinking. Now we need to move on our ideas. We need to compare our information, right? It's this spirit of action and movement and decision making in the realm of thinking and communication and information and how our minds work. So needing to know, needing to move on ideas, those kinds of things. So that's Mars. And then we also have Jupiter in the final degree, the anaretic degree of Cancer, saying, what have you not completed emotionally? What is the invitation to resolve? What is your unfinished business related to caring and needs and self-care, and how you think about that, and what you need to put in place to make sure that you have all of the that you have addressed all of the ways that you have those needs. So that is the moment of getting ready to go out the door with Jupiter. And it says, oh, I forgot my keys. But that means, wait a minute, do I have warm enough socks, right? Do I need a scarf? Do I have my umbrella? It's like, how am I going to take care of myself? And what are my beliefs and what's important to me about that? And then when we go through that door, those unresolved needs and thoughts about caring and beliefs about caring and how we understand caring and having needs met, what is unresolved is going to go with us as Jupiter enters Leo. And so the unmet needs, the undefined ways that we're going to get those needs met, those things will go with us as Jupiter goes into Leo, which it does late Monday night Pacific time. So depending on your time zone, could be early Tuesday morning. Yes, Tuesday morning. And anyway, I talk about all the potent energies of Monday in my podcast, episode 4. So don't miss that. It's really potent for this moment. It's very timely for this Capricorn full moon. So I think you'll really enjoy that podcast episode. And again, if you missed yesterday's video sharing the chart for what's unfolding right now and what's happening with these planets shifting signs, I think you'll really enjoy that too. Thank you for joining me today, and I am Marina Orms. You can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com, and don't forget to visit transformationalastrology.com and sign up as a free member and get posts and other content there, as well as upgrading if you are so moved to experience this work at deeper levels, including guided meditations and more. So check it out at transformationalastrology.com, and I will see you next time. Thank you for subscribing to this YouTube channel. Bye for now.